Chances are, when you hear the phrase Bitcoin mining, your mind begins to wander to the fantasy of pickaxes, dirt, and striking it rich. As it turns out, that analogy isn't too far off. Far less glamorous, but equally uncertain, Bitcoin mining is performed by high-powered computers that solve complex computational math problems that are needed to mine a block of Bitcoin. The luck and work required by a computer to solve one of these problems is the equivalent of a miner striking gold in the ground. No wonder Bitcoin is called the digital gold. Welcome to BTC News. Before we begin, make sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we do special cryptocurrency giveaways almost once every week. This is a fun, great chance to earn free cryptocurrency, get your questions answered, and have some fun chatting with your fellow users. Jumping to the topic, what really is Bitcoin mining? As we said before, Bitcoin mining is strikingly similar to mining gold, except this is done on computers, and I mean strong computers. But it was not always like this. At the time of writing, the odds of a computer solving one of these problems is 1 in 6 trillion. But this difficulty for solving problems has gone up over time, and will continue to do so. Then why do people still continue to mine Bitcoin? It's because the result of Bitcoin mining is twofold. First, when computers solve these complex math problems on the Bitcoin network, they produce new Bitcoin as a block reward given to the miners, who utilize their system computer power to complete the block. And second, by solving computational math problems, Bitcoin miners make the Bitcoin payment network trustworthy and secure by verifying its transaction information. There's a good chance all of that only made so much sense. In order to explain how Bitcoin mining works in greater detail, let's begin with a process that's a little bit closer to home, the regulation of printed currency. For example, when you make an online purchase using your debit or credit card, that transaction is processed by a payment processing company, such as MasterCard or Visa. In addition to recording your transactions history, companies verify that transactions are not fraudulent, which is one reason your debit or credit card may be suspended while traveling. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is not regulated by a central authority. Instead, Bitcoin is backed by millions of computers across the world, called miners. This network of computers performs the same function as the Federal Reserve, Visa, and MasterCard, but with a few key differences. Like the Federal Reserve, Visa, and MasterCard, Bitcoin miners record transactions and check their accuracy. Unlike those central authorities, however, Bitcoin miners are spread out across the world and record transaction data in a public list that can be accessed by anyone, but not controlled by one entity. In the traditional banking system, transactions made in-store and online are documented by banks, point-of-sale systems, and physical receipts. Bitcoin miners achieve the same effect without these institutions by clumping transactions together in blocks and adding them to a public record called the blockchain. When Bitcoin miners add a new block of transactions to the blockchain, part of their job is to make sure that those transactions are accurate. Another important part of Bitcoin miners is to make sure that Bitcoins are not being duplicated, a unique quirk of digital currencies called double spending. Double spending is a problem in which the same digital currency can be spent more than once. In an instance where a transaction uses the same input as another transaction that has already been broadcast on the network. This is a flaw that is unique to digital currencies because digital information is something that can be reproduced rather easily. Bitcoin overcomes this by implementing a confirmation mechanism and maintaining a universal ledger, called blockchain, similar to the traditional cash monetary system. How does Bitcoin mining work? Here's the catch. In order for Bitcoin miners to actually earn Bitcoin from verifying transactions, two things have to occur. First, they must verify 1 megabyte (MB) worth of transactions, which can theoretically be as small as one transaction, but are more often several thousand, depending on how much data each transaction stores. This is the easy part. Second, in order to add a block of transactions to the blockchain, miners must solve a complex computational math problem, also called a proof of work. What they're actually doing is trying to come up with a 64-digit hexadecimal number, called a hash, that is less than or equal to the target hash. Basically, a miner's computer spits out hashes at a rate of megahashes per second, mh/s, gigahashes per second, gh/s, or even terahashes per second, th/s, depending on the unit, guessing all possible 64-digit numbers until they arrive at a solution. In other words, it's a gamble. This is a breakdown of what Bitcoin mining actually is. And don't worry, you don't need to sit on your computer and solve math problems to earn Bitcoin. If you guys are interested, give this video at least 300 likes, and we will make a detailed video on different ways you can mine Bitcoin. But for now, check out BTC News, which in our opinion is one of the easiest ways to earn Bitcoin and 12 other currencies. If you have not liked the video, what are you waiting for? Smash that like button now. Until next time, happy earning!